Hey there, happy Sunday, happy week 19 of getting to know me. I hope that you're all having a wonderful weekend so far, so yay, Sunday. So week 19 is kind of funny because I say that every week, don't I? But this week we're going to do more of a age factor. What is something that makes me feel old? So, me personally, that has different definitions. So, feeling old, my body does not feel old. Even though I'm going to be 38 this year, which is close to the big 4-0, my body doesn't feel it. So for me, feeling old is more of a non-physical type of thing. So things that make me feel old are my kids. So especially when I look at their ages, and just it's crazy to me to think that I have a child that's a senior in high school now, that my twins are going to be freshmen in high school, that my youngest is going into 7th grade. It makes me stop and think I should feel physically older, but I don't. So, yeah, the kids, it's watching them go through things, and, their relationships as they get older, each year, and then here soon, because my oldest is going to graduate early, so the end of this year, my oldest child will have graduated high school, and it's crazy. I don't feel like I'm that old. So if anybody did the math or hasn't done the math, that means that yes, I was 20 when I had my first child. So it's kind of young, kind of not. So, but also it's not just my children, it's other people's children. So I grew up and I babysat, other people's kids a lot. I was a nanny for a period of time, and I would always feel a little bit older as I would see some of these kids that I watched grow. I found it funny as I was getting older and working different jobs and stuff, and I worked at a Blockbuster Video. That just aged me. Yes, I worked at a Blockbuster Video store. Side note, my brother worked at a Blockbuster music store. For those of you that remember, they used to have a music store where you could go in and pick out a CD and bring it to the counter, and you could actually listen to the CD before you bought it. So yeah, it's stuff like that that makes you feel older when you bring up things that no longer exist. Oh yeah, so I was working at a Blockbuster Video store, and one of the kids I used to babysat came in to rent a video all on their own because they drove there themselves, and it's stuff like that that it would make you feel older over time. So yeah, kids and watching them grow, whether they be your own or somebody else's, that definitely can make the years fly by. I remember growing up, I thought that they dragged on, but since I grew up myself and have had kids and watched other people's kids, that just makes time fly by. Something else that makes me feel old is, once again, looking back just like that at some jobs that I've had or other stuff. I just touched base with somebody that I've known for 25 years, and it's things like that, when you look back a quarter of a century, and here it is, I met this person in junior high, and my youngest is going into junior high. So it's kind of, you know, things like that, just looking back. That stuff makes me feel old when you put time frames to stuff. Let's see, watching videos of kids, I've really cracked up at some of these things, you know, when they've had kids try to figure out what a cassette player is. I had one. I used to love my cassettes, my Walkman. I loved the Monkees, and I had a little blue cassette tape that was their Pool It album or something like that, and I used to love that. I loved singing along to that, to Tiffany, to all of these older things, although it's really funny. My kids know who a lot of the bands are that I used to listen to, so some things with time have not changed. I think it's really amazing to be able to jam out to some music with my kids. But yeah, to watch kids try to figure out what a pager is. Yes, I had a pager. I thought that was really cool. You know, just different things, different scenarios, looking back in time. So basically, it's children that make me feel old, but not physically, just mentally. And then looking back at stuff, it's, you know, funny to see things called retro styles that are coming back in, although there's some styles I hope that never come back in. But that's, you know, that makes me feel old, but not physically, thankfully. I'm sure someday I might physically feel old. Well, there are times, you know, if I'm laying down on the ground and then I try to get up, that snap, crackle, pop, okay, that's different. But yeah, thankfully, physically, I don't feel old. I don't feel my age. So I'm thankful for that. But anyway, I hope that you are all having a wonderful day. And I am now off to go run and do my errands and continue cleaning and being an adult and having fun. So, we'll talk to you later. We'll see you next week. Take care.